Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Welcome. I told you I'd be back with an update, and this one here is an actual update instead of just a breaking news story. There's a bunch of things going on. I mean, one thing, you got the Kremlin warns of tensions if Poland sends troops to the Finnish-Russian border, as Poland is very concerned. Poland has a right to be concerned. How many times have they been invaded and by the Russians? So they're very nervous. But anyway, you got a lot of stuff going on, of course, in the Middle East with the hostages and the situation there. There's just everywhere. But we want to take a time out here because I want to review and an update, because Mike from the World is going to give us a in this webinar that we're going to have. He's going to give us an incredible update on Planet X. Okay, now first, let me put a shout out right now, if I could, for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com on behalf of noblegoldinvestment.com. Okay, guys, listen. Dark clouds are gathering as markets are shuddering. Stocks are sinking. Currencies stumbling. Fear and uncertainty reigns. And look at the Middle East, as I just said. Where's that going? And then the Ukraine war may spread further into Europe. And then there's the serious threat by China that they want to take Taiwan. Our debt here in America continues to soar, yet one asset has stood firm: a biblical currency called gold. In crisis after crisis, gold is always there. It's in the background, but its enduring value guards against incoming, like a missile shield against rocket ships or rockets coming. While paper wealth will burn, fiat money, gold persists. Shield your savings against looming threats, war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzied panic of the unprepared. Take control in the chaos. Fortune favors divisive action. Get a hold of the gold now before it's out of reach. Right now, noblegoldinvestment.com or at www.pastorpaulgold.com is offering to give this 5 ounces silver coin called America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful coin, 5 ounces of silver. They're giving it away free to every person, every new IRA. It's a beautiful coin, and it can be yours for free. Claim it today. Just simply go to www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. You'll be glad you did. Well, the situation that's been developing here with Planet X, and we've talked about the binary system in Invasion America, the webinar. Mike from the World, as part of this Invasion of America, this info is so important that he wants to get it out, and so he's going to explain it as part of his full presentation on the webinar Invasion America, and that is the update of the Planet X or binary system. Now, back in earlier in midsummer, we had an interview with Mike from the World about the subject, Planet X. We were talking about different things, but he then voluntarily began to tell us a little bit about the situation because of the reaction on the earth, the wildfires, the droughts. I asked him about fire tornadoes on top of mountains, or just tornadoes on top of mountains. I'd never heard of that before, never seen it before. And all of these straight line winds and different things have been going on. And so Mike goes to tell us a little bit about that we would be able, the Planet X was just 2 weeks away. Now, he didn't mean it was just in 2 weeks, it was going to show up in the sky and it was going to rage by. But in 2 weeks, scientific tracking was going to be able to get a better handle on data that was downloading about this thing. And well, now he's ready to share some of that. And he's going to share it in the webinar. So you got to get your tickets. I don't want you to miss this. Okay, And he's not going to explain it here on YouTube. He's definitely can't do it here, but he is going to explain it in the webinar. It's a part of Invasion America, because certainly, believe me, this will be affecting America. Let's go now and hear from Mike from around the world. This conversation, just to remind us, this actually took place 4 months ago. And I want you to hear the conversation I had with Mike from around the world. Not the entire thing, but just some of it here. I think it's very important to remind us. And then we're going to get the rest of the story, another major download in more detail on the webinar, Invasion America. Now, after I left, it rained Sunday, and it got a little bit rain Tuesday. But, I mean, it did not rain for 3 weeks. The grass, everybody's grass was brown. There was nothing green. The crops were suffering. So if a fire was to break loose in that country, it'd be outrageous. Yeah.
I think it will because of the 4th and the way people are. I do believe that something not so good will take place. People are not very responsible with fireworks, and some people underestimate just how fast these fires can begin.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So, Mike, also with the fire map, as you've been talking about here, and the smoke and the plume and all that choking us out, and it's not good for our health. We know that. There was, again, how can we have tornadoes on top of mountains? Can you help me understand that? They never have heard of this. Montana and now Wyoming.
Well, if you start looking at some of the systems that are going around the earth and some of the past stabilities that we have, you'll notice a steep change in ocean temperatures, number one. That's a driver of storms. That's a main driver. In our atmosphere, we have disturbances. Everybody's going to be aware of certain disturbances that we're having in the atmosphere, and it's not caused by anything natural that we know of.
What?
But I think that everybody's going to be well versed in weird things here shortly. But
wait a minute,
we have something influencing.
You said it's not caused by natural.
Florida homeowners, did you know that right now you can get a brand new AC unit for your home at no cost to you? That's
it's not natural.
Something else is going on?
It's not natural. Not natural. We've never had this before. We've never had what people will see with their own eyes. Nobody has ever seen something like that. Not in living times. It's not in written history. Not that we know of. And so, it's going to be something that will. It's going to definitely give people a moment of pause. And they'll begin to realize that we live in a very different time, in a very different world. People will see it day in and day out. In fact, they'll start seeing
day in and day out.
But this in particular will absolutely change the minds of so many. But it will all.
Wait a minute. I'm going to play more. Wait a minute. This is something they're going to be seeing. People will see day in and day out. Now, guys that you guys know, we've been interviewing Mike from around the world now since 2013, almost 10 years, on just about a weekly basis. And so many things. The pandemic, he predicted on the money when he said in November that a pandemic was going to hit and millions of people were going to die in China by March. Just so many things. Certain earthquakes and certain different things. I mean, just been incredible and intel on different situations. This is a huge statement. Okay? Now, listen. So he just said people are going to start seeing these things. Let's just focus on that a minute and listen to what he says here, because it's extraordinary.
Also saturate the internet with a bunch of self-made experts. And of course,
right.
It's not going to be a good thing, but that naturally happens. But that's right around the corner, Pascal. That's
what?
That could honestly be within, a few days or 2 weeks or something like that. It could honestly, it's that close.
Okay, are we
You
talking
know, it's that
about
close.
like something coming from the heavens, like the binary system that we've been talking about, or are we?
Well, it could do with it. It does. It has to do with the binary system.
Okay.
That's is certain things that people have talked about that have been theory. Well, they're not going to be theory here too much longer. And
So
every child, every person, every adult, everybody's going to see it all the time. And so,
every child, every person, everybody's going to see it all the time. It could be as soon as 2 weeks away. And he said that a week ago. Now, he didn't guarantee that, but he definitely let us know that this thing is serious. Can I just hear that again just for a second, Mike? Is you're you know? So yeah,
so
the
hard to do
binary
that.
the binary system. We've
yes.
hurricanes,
You said this
outrageous
actually
typhoons.
4 minutes,
So
4 months
we've been
ago now.
following along this path, but I'm hearing you say it's close to where everyone will see it, and it ain't.
Oh, yeah.
It's not of this world.
No, it isn't. It will change. It'll change. It'll change everything. It will. People will just have to get used to it.
Will
For a while.
Will people literally get afraid and die from it? Will
I think they
just fall
will.
dead?
I think they will. I think that it's happened. A similar thing. Well, not similar to this, but people have seen less, and they have. Their hearts couldn't take it, and it's unfortunate, especially as believers, because believers read the Bible and we know what the Lord said. But it's almost like, Pastor Paul, we talk about subjects, but the general populace, they're not really expecting anything to upset their world. For example, they see the government's going all over the place, right? Things are not going right. And of course, in the Bible, we see a realignment of governmental structure and power. We see things working differently. But one of the issues is people, they don't like change. And a lot of people, well, they don't want to talk about nor know about things that are happening like that.
I'm going to take that back. I mean, and you guys remember this conversation, it took place 4 months ago. I'm playing it from a video that a week later we reviewed it again. And so it's been 4 months now. Mike has talked about Planet X and its disruption on taking place here on the planet on many different levels. He's going to give us an update now on this situation, Planet X. This will be part of his Invasion America conversation with me that you're going to see on the webinar. And so I wanted to let people know, because folks have been tracking this. We've been all tracking this. And now there is data available. Now there is information available. And I don't want to say any more because he needs to say it, and it can't be said here of what and where we're at with this. But it's obviously, when we say Invasion America, we're not just talking about the southern border. We're not just talking about fentanyl. We're not just talking about human trafficking or the woke agenda or many other things, or the potential Russia invasion or China invasion or what have you. There's a lot of things when you say Invasion America that we're addressing in this webinar. We address all those things I just said and a whole lot more. So if you haven't got your ticket, here would be a good time to go get it. Because, again, Mike from around the world explaining in more detail this Planet X situation. But also we're going to hear from Doug Hagman. It's an incredible presentation, the best one he's ever done on anything, because he physically crawled through the woods and found these camps and a whole lot more stuff. And he shows it to you, and plus documentation he shows you. So Doug Hagman, Stan Deo, Dave Hodges, Colonel David Giamona, Troy Anderson, Mike from around the world, Bishop Larry Ragland, Pastor Melvin Whittington, myself, Bart Begley's great documentary he put together, Apostle Larry Shelby, and a whole lot more. This is the most speakers ever for a webinar. It's so many people that we're not even going to make DVDs on this. There is going to be no DVD. This is a symposium. This is a one-shot only. You need to get your ticket. The webinar begins Friday night at 6 p.m. That's when it will be released. And you will be able to buy tickets even after that date. But certainly, we're going to release it to everyone on Friday night. This Friday night, December 1st, Invasion America. We're just 2 days away. Get your information now. It's just crazy what's going on. And I really wanted Mike to be able to share some of this information that he shares in this Thursday night. But maybe he'll give, I don't know. But you will definitely get it on. You will definitely get it on Friday night. Guys, I'm going to let you go. We've got more stuff coming in. And I told you I was going to give you some more breaking information, which I have, but I thought, well, I better get this out there first because people have asked about this. Where are we? What's the latest update on these things? And I want to be sure everybody had a chance to see this and to know that he is going to address this in this webinar. And I think this is huge. Okay, it is absolutely huge, but he is going to address it. All right, he's going to address it, and I thank God he is, because wow. Did you ever have like a moment where all your technology goes nuts? Okay, I'm just getting a text from Heidi right now. And so let me respond to her real quick. Okay, hang on. I did that. I did it. This is crazy. I just want to see my files. I don't want to, I don't want to go through all this stuff. I just want to see my files. And this phone is nuts. It's just nuts. Anyway. What is wrong with this phone? Give me a moment. Let me get my bearings right here. Don't miss this. Get your ticket. While I'm getting this song, get your ticket.
Have you looked around? Have you heard the sound of mama's crying? Or do you turn away when you see the face of the innocent dying? In these darkest days, are you not afraid that it's too late? You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead. You gotta keep praying. You gotta cry rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving.
Oh, yes, we are.
Can't go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this. Give this world back to God.
Somebody shout if you believe in the power of prayer. You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead, and keep on praying. You gotta cry, rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving. BP Earthwatch.
On like this and live like this, we can't love like this. You can hope the best, make a wish, the only answer is give this world back to God. Oh, give it back. Hey!
I don't know about that, BP, but I know you do. I know your music is amazing. Speaking of that, I'm going to tell you guys something about BP. Great music. This is going to be. We're in the stretch run now. We better give this world back to God. Seriously. Praying for you, Steve Balance. Yeah, you know, Reba McEntire, who originally recorded this song, it's just such a powerful song, and I can't turn that off to save my life. But anyway, thank you, BP. As a matter of fact, BP, if you've never been to his website, go to I think it's bpearthwatch.com, or maybe it's the real BP Earthwatch. You got post his website there and check it out, because the reason I'm bringing this up, BP Earthwatch does more than just watch the earth, okay? He watches the heavens too. He's a phenomenal reporter on and studying of the heavens and what's going on around there. But anyway, he's also a great musician and has a band that's really, really good. So you should check that out and get his music. And also, I just saw this morning, L.A. Marzulli just recorded a song. I think it's called "As the World Turns Slow." I think that's what it's called. I knew L.A. could sing. I mean, L.A. was a praise and worship leader for 25 years, and accomplished an incredible classic piano player. As a matter of fact, he's composed music for orchestras. People don't even know this about L.A. They think of L.A. Marzulli. They think of aliens. They don't even know that this man is an unbelievable talent. He's a great author. He's a great filmmaker, tremendous musician and singer. There it is, the real BP Earthwatch. There it is. Thank you. And but L.A. Marzulli just came out with a new song, and it's a tribute to the 1400, of course, who died in the invasion there in Israel. And so, but he is he's incredible. His style, I tell you, his style. He has a lot of there's saxophones in there. It's L.A. Marzulli singing, and he's on the keyboard. He's on the piano, and then he puts the rest of the band behind him as he sings this song. But he sings. He sounds like a little. There's a lot of Eric Clapton in his voice. I mean, you won't even you'll hear him singing, and you will not even believe that could be L.A. Marzulli. He is such a professional singer. it's incredible. Can I just find it for you guys? Is that okay? Can I have a moment? Just a moment. Let me see. Heidi played this for me this morning. And so I can't wait to interview him again. I used to say to him all the time, L.A., because I was at his house before his house burnt down in there in Malibu area there in California. And he got on a piano and played a little for me. And I was stunned. Let me see if I can play. Maybe I can just play a little bit of this. Yeah, it's called 1400. The World Turns Slowly. Let's see if I can hit this and we can hear this. Would you like to hear some of it? It's a long song, but let's hear some of it.
Brothers hurlers from the ground, shed without mercy. His wife and child lie nearby, lifeless and empty. Feeding frenzy has begun. Devils dance the carnage. Drink their fill of violence, go drunk on martyrs of life, and the world turns so very slowly. World turns so very slowly. Bloated bodies float down the river, dead and floating, dead and floating, dead and floating. No one knows the horrors here. No moving hearts will come for me. My children sleep in safety. Half a world away, pit of hell has opened, and the world turns so very slowly. World turns so very slow. Sleep across the border, sanctuary. Woman holds a sleeping child in her arms. There is food and shelter here, better vision of the world. Helping hands to put life back together. Helping hands to put life back together.
L.A. Marzulli singing, folks.
Helping hands
Marzulli. The world turns so very slowly. L.A. Marzulli. L.A. Marzulli. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of you didn't know he could sing, just like BP Earthwatch is a tremendous musician and band as well. You know, some of these folks out there are pretty incredible. That sax player on LA's song there, tremendous. But that was not Israel Hall, okay? That was not Israel Hall. I do not know who that saxophone player was on that, but he was just tremendous. But L.A. Marzulli was on piano and was doing the vocals, sung, recorded by L.A. Marzulli. And it is about the 1400, and as the world turns so slowly. In other words, we see these things happening, but the world being changed by it, or changing their ways, or reacting so slowly. So yeah, L.A. Marzulli, definitely a blues style on that song, but he is a classical pianist, and he did praise and worship for 25 years in a Pentecostal church, actually. And then we have BP Earthwatch, who's really a rock, Southern rock. I love that music. It's a great sound. So he, again, great talent there, and we just love God, and we love both these guys. And then I go hacking away with some country gospel somehow. Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, everybody out there loves the Lord, and sometimes music is an expression of the soul. And L.A. Marzulli, he did sound, there's a little Eric Clapton in him, but there was a little sting. Somebody made that comment, and I agree with you. He had a little sting in that voice, a little sound like Sting, a little bit like Eric Clapton, but L.A. Marzulli. Okay. Guys, I'll be back with more current world events. Get your tickets. Like I said, Mike from the World is going to give us a further update on Planet X in his presentation, Invasion America. Mind-boggling. I want you to know that it is coming. We're in the end times. I'll be back with more current world events, how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're truly, truly, truly in the last days. God bless. Are you saved? Come to Jesus.